We're back. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game 2 this evening, and it's an adventure I've entitled The Apparatus. But before we dive into this adventure, I'd like to just quickly say hello to all of you in the chat. Hi, how you doing, chat? But also introduce our 4 lovely players and their characters this evening. So first of all, we have Yevgeny Kukarov. Yevgeny, how are you doing?
Oh, greetings. Yes, Yevgeny, I've recently been on vacation to tropical islands, very different from homeland, very cold.
Were the islands very cold, or is your homeland very cold?
Homeland very cold.
I see. So Yevgeny, how long have you been on this vacation? Has this been like an extended leave, or?
Several months. I've been dabbling in some magic, trying out new swimwear, lying on beach. Very nice.
I see. Flying on the beach. I guess, is flying on the beach better than walking on the beach? Because I imagine you lose some of that like sand beneath your toes kind of feel.
Flying on beach is good. I did say lying on beach, but I have also been flying on beach.
I completely misunderstood.
That is okay. Parasailing, Yevgeny enjoys.
So Yevgeny, are you ever going to go home?
You know, very good question.
Because I've been hearing talk around the tavern that you're going to stay at this island forever.
You know, Yevgeny has enjoyed Ireland very much, I must say. So difficult decisions, go home to comrades, stay tropical paradise drinking rum instead of my normal vodka drink. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's great, Yevgeny. I'm glad that you're back. Have you learned any cool new spells? I know you are a wizard of sorts.
Indeed. According to my browsing here in my spell book, it appears I have at least 2 new whimsical little tricks up my sleeve to share with you today.
Well, I'm excited to see what they end up being, Yevgeny. I mean, after, the flea monsters, the flea lycanthropes, and the sharks with knives, and I'm sorry, the dolphins with knives.
I did not think was going to get out of that one, but turns out we have very powerful wizards to help us. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Well, Yevgeny, I wish you absolutely the best in this adventure, and welcome back.
Thank you very much, comrade. Glad to be back.
Our next individual joining us this evening is everyone's favorite little Tabaxi, Kelar Droma. Kelar, how are you?
Ho, Jeremy. Greatly pleased to speak with you this evening.
Kelar, how have you been?
I've been well. I've been diving into the works of the various great poets, Jeremy.
Oh, okay. You've been educating yourself.
I like to think so, but in many ways, they've been educating me.
That makes actually a lot of sense. I can't argue with that one. What's some of the good ones? Because I imagine there have been a lot of bad ones.
Yes, there have been quite a few bad ones. Virginia Woolf, just garbage. Longfellow, wildly overrated. Just absolute dreck, you wouldn't believe. Philip Jose Farmer, I think, might have been an author, but if he's a poet, bad. That was bad.
Okay.
I can't think of any good ones. They've been out there. They're out there.
So, and the way
One
they're
day
educating you, it's in the way that, like, you don't actually like poetry.
Yes, in
really
sort of a what not to do style, if you would.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know that a lot of people who get really into poetry or martial arts or anything like that, they try and do it themselves, right? On top of reading it and involving themselves in it, they like to, learn and try it themselves. Have you been dabbling at all?
Well, Jeremy, I suppose what I can say to that is no.
That's great. You know what? Me neither.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I have a brief poem which I would be happy to share.
Sure.
It is unattributed. We don't know who wrote it.
Okay.
But it reads to wit, underneath the bellied skies, where dust and rain find space to fall, to fall and rise and change again without a care or mind at all. And that's all I have to say on that matter, Jeremy.
I see. Well, you know what? Welcome back.
Thank you,
Kelar. I'm glad you've really been enjoying this kind of poetic binge you've been on.
I haven't enjoyed it at all. It's been awful. I would not recommend it to anyone. But I'm glad to be back because that sad, awful time in my life is now over.
You know what? That's good too.
I think so.
Good luck in today's adventure, Kelar.
Thank you, Jeremy. You as well.
Our next hero needs little introduction. The one, the only famed bard throughout the land, Salazar, Stannick. Salazar, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I think I'm all right. Can anyone be all right?
Salazar, tell me, what have you learned? I know you made a broad claim, a very bold claim a long time ago, that the lands of DnDTime were flat. Right?
No, it's that the moon was fake.
The moon was fake.
And what that claim came from my deceased master, who left me only those words written on a scrap of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So I've spent the last, however much time. I mean, time's made up anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been 2 minutes. It could have been 200 years. There's no way to know. But I spent some time in the desert, playing the lute, staring longingly into the night sky, conversing with lizards, and I think I'm ready for the next adventure. Think I'm prepared now.
What have you learned from the lizards of the desert?
They are quiet.
Big lizards or small?
Lizards are quiet. They don't have much to say.
Much or anything.
I do have
the quiet ones who have very little to say. That little bit is really important.
That's true. They're usually like, "You seen any bugs?" Almost every one of them wants to talk about the weather. They're like, "Oh, it's so hot during the day. It's so cold at night." But it gets a little tiring after a while, you know.
Is that why you left the desert?
I was just, it's time to go. Presented itself.
Time to go.
Yeah. I was called. I felt the calling. I said, I felt that vision in my head of a distant Bartholomew and knew it was time to come to DnDTime.
Wait, he didn't just summon you. You walked all the way from the desert?
Yeah, I mean, what would be the whole point of going there was to walk. It's the journey. That's the point.
I see.
It's self-discovery,
like,
introspection.
I see. Okay, I get it. I get you. What have you like learned? What kind of discoveries have you made upon the self?
It's inconclusive.
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't willing to accept that it can just be inconclusive, you know? They want an answer.
It is what it is. A wise man said that.
That's wonderful. What's your wisdom modifier, by the way? Anyway, welcome back, Salazar. It's great to have you, as always. I'm sure this adventure will elucidate more of the wonders of the world, more of these fundamental truths.
I've already seen death twice.
Yikes. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. And of course, thank you for being here. And last but certainly not least, Armand Xavier Wallace. Armand, how are you?
Jeremy, thank you so much for having me back. I'm doing well. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling strong. I'm coming off a bit of training. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice sounds very nice.
It sounds like something right now. I think you might be a little bit too close to me because it's
I'm as close as I need to be.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Well, anyway, Armand, you've been training. Have you been training nonstop?
Not nonstop. I did take breaks. Sleeping.
Okay.
Eating. Every once in a while, I would read a book. Beyond that, no. Yes, primarily training. Sometimes I would chill.
Wait a minute.
Hang out with friends.
Wait a minute. Reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
Are these poetry books by any?
Oh no.
Okay. What kind of books are they? Like when you do take breaks, right, to read a book or to hang out with your friends. What do you read and what do you do?
It's well, it's a thrilling story. It's an epic, one might say, a series of epics about a team of young children who develop the ability to morph into the animals of their homeland to fight off their enemies, and it's gripping and thrilling, and honestly, at times it's been a little emotional.
Wow. So what is it called? Like Morphikids or something?
Well, you see, they morph into animals.
Okay, yeah.
So they're called the morphanimals.
I see. That makes sense. All right. I thought it would have to be about like the kids. Anyway.
No, they're more morphanimals than they are children. Let me assure you.
Well, I guess you'd be the expert. Have you? I mean, how many books are there in this series?
There are 64.
Oh my God! And how many have you read?
22.
Wow. Oh, so there's still a lot to happen.
Oh, I have much of the journey ahead of me.
Is it like? Are they real page turners? I mean, when did you start reading?
I have turned many of the pages. Yes.
Wow. Well, Armand, that's really impressive. And I'm sure it looks like you're getting stronger. I can see your muscles are somehow even larger than they were previously.
I feel stronger, Jeremy. I'm going to be both my mind and my muscles feel stronger, and I think I have the more animals to thank for that.
You know what? I can absolutely see the morph animals really contributing to the development, not only as like you as an individual, but society as a whole. I feel like more people should be reading this.
It's a shame that they haven't. Yeah.
Well, Armand, it's great to have you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I wish you the best in your adventure this evening. And so, at this point, let's dive right into the adventure. You all find yourselves in a place you have been before. Maybe that is a welcoming sight for some of you. Maybe it's not quite so pleasant, some bad experiences here. You find yourselves, except for Yevgeny, at the dockside of the city of Buckler, or the town of Buckler's Bay, a burgeoning port town. It's got many, many docks filled with ships of all different shapes, sizes, and designs and builds. And the three of you, Armand, Salazar, and Kelar, have recently made your way here. And you've been waiting for your friend Yevgeny, who's supposed to meet you here, coming in by ship, I guess? You don't know. But you were told that you had a mission, and you were supposed to meet him here by the docks, and that Yevgeny would know more when they got there. And so the three of you, what are you all doing as you find yourselves in this kind of burgeoning dock area? What do we find you all doing?
How burgeoning? How many people are there?
I think right now it's just after like the worst of winter, so the snow has all melted. It's a fairly temperate area where you are now.
So spring is in the air.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty good, pretty burgeoning. A lot of people.
I'm gonna shake some hands.
I'm walking up to strangers and pretending that I think they are old relatives or friends whom I have not seen in some years.
Oh, okay.
Just to mess with them.
Okay, yeah. No, I get you. So you're just walking up to random people, and what are you saying precisely?
Just like, oh, my heavens, is that you? It is, and then like going in for a hug.
And then people, I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't know who you are, sir.
I laugh and say, you're still as funny as you ever were.
I'm gonna, excuse me. I'll see you later. They quickly leave.
I wave.
I'm going to try to buy a boat.
A couple of other people look on like, oh man, what a dick! Not even saying hi to his relatives. Like, come on. Like you get some like what do you call it? Sympathy from the crowd.
Yeah. When the crowd gives me sympathy, I tell them I did sleep with his wife.
Oh.
So
that
I don't
alienates,
blame him.
Like,
Don't blame him.
40 to 70% of the crowd. There's
Yeah.
a small portion of the crowd that is like, well, whatever, love is love. And then there's an even smaller portion of the crowd that's like, dude, nice.
Very good.
So I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, that's the tapestry of life.
Yeah. Armand, you have gone over to, I guess, are you trying to negotiate with the dock master to see if there are any ships for sale, or are you just bargaining with a random like fisherman who?
Well, yeah. So I'd like to scope out a nice looking boat, and then once I find
a size, because we've got some small sailing ships here. We have a couple of slightly larger cargoes.
Well, I need to be able to fit into it.
Yeah, I mean the sailing ships you could fit into. I mean they're size enough. They don't have a cabin or anything. This is in the medieval age.
I'm not trying to buy a cabin, Jeremy. I'm trying to buy a boat.
Fair enough. All right, so are you approaching the dock master to see what's for sale, or are you just going?
Would I recognize the dock master from Adam?
Yes. Dock master. He's a portly fellow. He's wearing kind of a kind of crimson colored.
How portly? Will he fit in the boat?
Yes, but he looks like he'd have some trouble like stepping off the dock into the boat. You know, like he might fall.
Odd
portly.
choice of profession to not be able to step off a dock. I must say.
Bag of coin. You don't know how good he is on his feet, but like he looks pretty portly.
I think I can tell.
Yeah, and yeah,
Perhaps he
big
was
crimson robes that he's wearing. That or it's more like a coat.
Perhaps he was not
reminiscent-
portly when he went into the business.
Interesting.
Got a very big coin pouch. Is he? And every so often, like a ship kind of pulls in, and you've been here for a while, and he'll go over and talk to the captain, and the captain will pay some docking fees, whatever. He'll slip it into his big old burlap kind of coin pouch. Make his way back over to the, I guess, his little spot that he's just standing around. It's warm enough out.
Everyone loves a burlap coin pouch.
Yeah, he seems to. Seems very well loved. Very, very well. It's almost as disproportionately large to normal coin pouches as he is disproportionately large to normal people.
Well, then it's only proportionate to him, isn't it?
It's exactly proportionate to him.
Makes perfect sense. Well, I approach him.
Hello there.
Hello, sir. Are you the dock master? Dock person. Do you dock?
I'm the dock warden.
Excellent. I would like to purchase a boat.
Boat?
Yes, that one looks nice. I appear to be able to fit into that boat. I would like that boat.
Point to one of the nearby little sailing ships. I
Yes,
assume.
as long as it's big enough. You keep saying little. I don't love that term.
Yeah, fair.
It's concerning.
Fair. It could crew about let's see, sailboat. I don't know, like 5 people probably. There are bigger like ships that can crew many more.
Interesting.
Yeah, he looks at you and he says, "Oh, well, I'm not sure whose boat that is. Ship, rather.
Well, I would like it to be mine.
I can't do that. Maybe if you ask around," and he kind of like leans over and looks. That's the Snarfing Narwhal. You might want to check it in the tavern. Ask around there.
Now, sir, I don't know that you understand me. I intend to give you money for this boat. I'm certain that we can come to an arrangement.
It's not my boat to sell. Jeez.
Are you not the master of these docks?
Yes.
So then all of these boats are in your domain.
Oh dear, one of them. Look, I could sell you a dinghy, a little rowboat.
Will I fit in it?
Kind of like looks at you appraisingly, and I think so.
Excellent. Very well. I will give you 5 Bartholomew bucks.
Pardon me?
I have this currency from a man named Bartholomew, and it is the only currency I know, and therefore It is what I'll pay you for this boat.
Do you have gold?
No.
Hard cut. Salazar, what are you doing?
I'm just not approaching strangers.
Okay. So you're
just-
standing alone, just in this bustling dockyard.
I'm strolling.
Mhm.
I'm looking for Yevgeny. I'm scanning the crowd.
You don't see
I'm looking for anything unusual. Anything sticking out to me?
Yeah, roll me a perception check. I'll tell you what you find.
Okay. Ooh. Let me do this right.
But choo indeed.
I know I didn't have my thing up. Oh, there we go. Perception.
Okay, looking around, there's not a ton that's super interesting here in the dockyard, but you do see what looks like a vendor of strange foods that you haven't really seen before. There are all sorts of bizarre frog-like creatures kind of hanging from strings. Some of them are kind of dried out, and they look like they've maybe been like smoked or something. Some of them have like hair, but one of them is still like wriggling and is hanging from his little frog feet. And it's just help me, help me, wiggling its little arms helplessly.
All right, I walk over.
Okay, the merchant, you can see he's fairly a limber fellow, wearing a heavy kind of brown leather jacket. He's got bright red hair and he's got lots of freckles on his face. What can I help you with?
What are these?
Well, you see that one right there is the Baradak copper, and he points to one of the dried out frogs. Very hard to catch, the little bastards. They run all over the place. This one right here, and he kind of goes to a couple of them. And do you like kind of push him ahead to the one that's like help me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a grum. Strange little creatures. Those are species of little anthropomorphized kind of frog creatures. This one's pretty young, I think.
All right. How much for the grum?
Grum kind of looks at you. I'd like you to roll me a deception check as he rolls an insight check against you. Ooh, they're really hard to come by and even harder to keep. And you can see that the grung has like a very a purplish color to its skin, and it's kind of dangling there. It's got little black splotches on them. This one here's got the black spots. Those are hard to get. You need me to cook them for you?
No, I prefer to do it myself. Actually, no one can really get the seasonings right.
All right. 25.
Do I have 25 gold?
Well, that's a question for you to answer, Salazar. Has Salazar done things in his time off that would make him 25 gold?
I'm kind of feeling like
I guess
yes.
would be no.
No, yeah, it's probably no. But did we have gold before?
Well, but here's the thing, right? What does Salazar do in his time off, right? Does he
What
just,
can
like,
on
ramble
a spirit
in the
journey.
city? Or it's just a spirit journey?
It was most recently Spirit Journey, but I had a job. I was a university
I can help with
professor.
this.
A university professor? I think a university professor... sorry, go ahead, Savage.
Well, I can help Will out here because I realize what Mitch is doing and attempt to pickpocket the large sack of coin from the dock warden.
Aha, I see. Can you roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage? It's only for the reason that people don't really like they leave some space around the dock warden because he's an important person, and
That's
so
fair.
you don't really get the benefit of the crowd here.
But have you considered the fact that I am very distracted?
I have. He kind of thinks that you are a distraction. Like he's onto that.
I am a distraction. That's exactly right.
Kelar,
Correctly
Very
diagnosed the distraction.
you know you rolled a 23. What are you trying to do? You trying to cut the purse? Are you trying to take the whole thing? Because he's gonna notice. Or are you just trying to like make a tiny incision and grab a few coins out of it?
Yeah, I would say make an incision where it's not gonna burst the bag open, but just sort of smallish incision, and the coins which immediately fall out, I catch, and then I'm on my way.
I like the idea. So, like, it's the incision with your hands as you're walking, and then the catch with your cat tail.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right. Excellent. So, with a flip of your tail, you grab a handful, what equivalent
A tailful.
a tailful of coins, and you can see they shine with a kind of silverish light, which under later inspection appear to be platinum coins.
Hell yes.
Petty gold. And yeah, as you're kind of walking around, you see Salazar like looking through his pockets, and Salazar's
I
like
walked
reaching out.
up.
It's like, oh boy, Salazar, you have let's see how much gold you have. Total, you have 35 gold. You're just barely scraping together. Looking through your pockets.
Can I attempt to haggle?
Yeah, if you'd like. You also see your friend Kelar is walking forward.
Can I say
Cool tail.
I'm gonna say, how about 18 gold? I'm gonna roll. Can I roll a persuasion?
Sure. 20? Come on, you
Deal.
gotta get me 20. I came all the
You
way
got a
to
deal.
America.
You have, sir. You have a deal.
All right. So he doesn't untie the grung. He just cuts the rope up there and hands it to you. I'd be careful. These guys are poisonous. Don't want to touch their skin.
All right. I take. It's a grung or a grum.
It's a grung.
I take the grung.
It's like a little poison dart frog. If it were standing, it'd stand maybe like a foot tall.
Those are
All right.
super poisonous.
Well, that's big.
It's very cute, except for the fact that it has hundreds of tiny little teeth in its mouth.
That's
Okay.
cute. That could be cute. Yeah, if they're tiny.
I walk out of sight of the
Puppies are cute, they have
of the
teeth.
merchant with my grung.
Yeah, you hold it
I
by the
don't-
rope and it's just.
I hold it by the rope. I don't touch its skin. I put him down, but I keep hold of the rope.
As you're kind of doing that, Yevgeny, your ship has arrived. And the time that
Wonderful.
Salazar has been distracted, your ship has pulled in. You have come down the gangplank. You're about 15 feet behind Salazar, and you see him holding on to, looking a little suspicious, trying to get out of sight of someone, holding a rope with a little green humanoid frog hanging from it, going, "Help me!"
Interesting. Hey, hello, comrades. Mr. Stannick. Come here.
Hey, Yevgeny.
What
Oh, hello!
I set the grung down.
All right, it just kind of flops on the ground. My legs hurt so bad.
What? Hello. What's your name?
It blinks once at you and then blinks a second time, confused looking.
I cast.
I'm sorry, it blinks one eye, then the other eye.
Okay. I cast
Slowly.
speaks with animals.
I'm not an animal, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Seems to
starting out
recognize the
rough.
spell you just
You know,
He didn't ask. Why would I ask his name? He didn't answer.
Salazar, I'm afraid we're going to have to take some woke cards.
All right. No.
yeah.
I thought he couldn't answer me. Okay. I understand you're not an
can
animal.
Speak. Didn't you hear me asking?
Yes, I can hear.
I've been asking for people to help me.
Good
And
sir,
I've helped you.
what is
I just would
your
like to be
name?
polite and address you by your name. My
I
name is
have a
Salazar.
name.
All right then, Mr. Grung.
I'm just a baby.
Oof.
How did you come to be over on this shop?
I don't know, that guy caught me in a trap.
I think we should call him Chester.
All right, Chester.
I like it.
Why?
Chester Nimitz.
My name's Chester.
Why?
He's got it.
Why would he want to? Why would he want to capture you? Why would someone buy you?
I
Probably
think
tasty.
they're gonna eat me. That's context clues from what he was saying.
I understand that. I thought I could gain more.
I don't know. He dislocated my legs. I've been hanging from a string for weeks.
Try walking on it right now.
We can pop those back in, no problem.
I can't. Armand, do you try to reach out and pop in his legs?
Yes.
All right, I'd like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw as you touch it.
Don't touch him.
Oh no. So you reach in and you go to pop in his legs. Roll me a medicine check. This time with disadvantage
Already did.
because. Oh, 7. Okay, cool. So you pop his legs back, and he's like, "Oh God, that hurt." But at the same time, as you kind of like pull away, you see your hands where you've touched him are kind of stained purple.
That's a good color on me.
Yeah, and as you look upwards,
Royal.
the sky is like a magnificent swirling royal of like gold and green, and there are great like peacocks flying through the air, but
Nice.
everything else is the same.
Hey, everybody. Did the sky look like that before?
Comrade Armand, you want to be very careful. Drawings are known for their poison.
Ugh. He stands up,
Interesting.
stretches his back. All right. Now what?
It was nice to meet you, Chester. Farewell.
Chester, where do you need to go?
Well, where are we now? Do you have a map?
Docks.
We're on the docks.
We're in Buckler's Bay.
Freeport.
I don't know where that is.
You've never heard of Buckler's Bay? It's burgeoning.
Where are you from?
I'm from a swamp.
This doesn't look like a swamp.
Well, not a swamp.
Why don't you
Grand
come
swamp.
along on our adventure,
Yeah,
Chester?
we go to swamps sometimes. We save the dolphin or
Yeah,
something.
Chester, I'm sure we'll figure something out for you.
All right, sounds good to me. Kind of like.
All right, Yevgeny.
Come with me. Take my
behind
hand.
you.
Yevgeny, nope, don't.
He holds your hand, Armand. You continue to hallucinate. The sky was starting to like, kind of go back to its blue, but now it's bright gold again.
I like it that way. It's better.
Okay. Salazar, you can see that Armand's eyes are kind of cloudy a little bit.
Armand, you all right?
I'm doing great. This sky is something, guys. I'll tell you what.
It certainly is
we
blue.
don't-
All right,
We don't
Yevgeny,
see it
what's
like this back at the Wallace clan?
It's good to see you, Yevgeny.
It is good to see you as well, Comrade Stannick.
How does Yevgeny look? You just got off the boat from your trip to the tropical islands.
Oh, I'm wearing my favorite swim trunks, along with
That's what I
what they
hope.
call a aloha shirt. Some sort.
Do you have your wizard robes on, like, kind of around it a little bit, or just not?
Underneath my bathing suit and aloha. Yes.
Oh, what? Wait, you have the robes on under the bathing suit.
It's magic.
All right. It's fair. Apologies.
You know, you can never take those off.
But anyway, Yevgeny, yes, you have the rest of
Is
the
it meant to
mission
be?
you were aware of. You need to head to, there apparently is a wizard tower to the south of Buckler's Bay, and as you're like looking around, you can see it. It's just like a small little tower up on a hill, on like a cliff edge to the south. To the north, you can see there's like a big keep and stuff that's up on the hills.
Indeed.
Buckler's Bay is in a bit of a valley. But yeah, it's just this fairly small, looks like stone wizard tower. Maybe a few other outlying buildings.
A wizard
You're supposed to
tower.
go
I thought
there.
you said lizard tower.
No, and the lizards live in the
Should look
desert.
for a lizard tower.
No. Now,
Can we find a lizard tower?
Armand sees a lizard tower,
Ha, excellent.
whatever that is. But yeah, you know, Yevgeny, you're supposed to go there because apparently the resident wizard of this area
Resident
is
lizard?
in need of some assistance. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Comrades, we must pay a visit to this wizard tower. I believe it won't be too large of a matter for us, but the wizard up there, he requires our help.
Yevgeny, wizard or lizard?
A wizard with a W.
I've never met a wizard lizard.
Have you met a lizard?
Of course.
Wouldn't that be the same thing?
No.
You know, Armand, your eyes, they do not look. Could I?
My eyes are glorious in the way that every Wallace clan knight's eyes are beautiful. It's a tradition passed down through generations.
God about
Do
the
you mind if I
Wallace clan
scan
thing. Let's
you
go to
with
the
a
wizard.
little bit of arcana, an arcana, if you will?
What? No, he's high. Leave him alone.
Well, no, that's true.
Chester made him high.
I have been high for the last 3 weeks. I think
Yeah, but not on Frog.
Look, I don't know.
His name
if
is
you know.
Chester.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the concept of the poison is Frog.
I'm just a baby.
So
Anyway, let's get
saying,
going.
The poison is baby.
how old are you, Chester?
I am baby.
I'm like, I don't know, 2 months. But then I've been traveling for a couple weeks, so maybe 3 months now.
Okay, that's fun.
Ugh.
All right, well, we're going to a wizard tower.
If he
not
asks
having
to
any
touch you
bugs?
again, don't let him.
We'll find some bugs.
We're
I'm
still
sure.
holding hands.
Yeah, we're still holding hands.
Stop.
Let's
holding
go.
hands.
Yeah,
let's go.
Feel loved.
You can hold hands if you want.
All right, so you guys, at Salazar's duress and Yevgeny's leadership, make your way across the dockyard. There's a bit of a hill, and there's a path, but it's kind of rocky and craggy. You make your way along it. It's not too hard. Armand, your friend Chester, slips a couple times because he's having a hard time walking still. But you
His
catch
legs
him,
were
and,
dislocated. It's
yeah, and
fair.
every time you catch him, it's like, whoa, it's just another wave hits you. But
Great.
so far, it's been totally harmless. And eventually, you reach the top of the hill. You can see that atop this wizard tower, there is a huge, like, windmill that's slowly kind of turning. Then maybe it's a windmill. You can see up on top of the tower, there's a big light spinning around, like a lighthouse almost, just shining light in different directions. And you can see that there are a few farm animals kind of scattered around outside the tower. That's what Xavier sees, at least. Not the rest of you just see a dilapidated tower, and there's like a shed.
What kind of
like,
farm animals do I
attached
see?
inside it. There is a goat, a couple of cows, and a giraffe.
What color are the cat? Giraffes are a farm
is
animal.
not a farm animal.
It makes sense to you.
You can't farm giraffes.
Animal on a farm
What do I
equals a
see?
farm
Jeremy?
animal.
Yep, makes sense to you, Armand.
What do I see?
Oh, you see a dilapidated stone tower made of stone bricks. It's fairly tall. I mean, 40 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Got little crenellations on top. And at the
yes.
base of it, there is a fairly large stone. It looks like warehouse almost that goes up toward actually right up abutting the cliff edge. It's maybe 50 or 60 feet long.
No
30
giraffe.
feet wide. No animals either.
Okay. Good.
I don't alert the group that I see these animals. I assume they all see them.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Yeah.
do we have any prior knowledge about said wizard tower?
You're the one who told us about
Sorry,
it. So.
Yevgeny, you were asking me as a dungeon
Yes.
master. Do you have any
Yes.
knowledge? No. You were just told that there was an important request to visit this wizard tower. That the wizard had some project they were working on of great importance. Bartholomew, of course, contacted you directly, being the mage here in this party, or being the wizard. And yeah, he just told you that it's a very high-paying client, and whatever their project was, as long as it was less than like 80% evil to go through,
Right,
and then use your judgment past.
Wonderful. I will. There appeared to be an entrance to the tower upon our approach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a kind of wooden door, stone kind of arched, thing it's set into. Looks weathered, old brown oak door. Bartholomew also told you he didn't know who the wizard was. He's never heard of this guy or met this guy. He doesn't know.
I knock and attempt to prevent the Wallace clan from accidentally destroying the door.
Okay.
I'm just hanging out.
That's what you say now.
Yeah.
What are you,
and,
a cop?
Chester looks at you.
No.
Man, this is some crazy animals.
I'm a thief.
Kelar, you knock on the door with a little rap, and you see the door about 5 feet up, so it's about head level to you. The wood kind of parts, and there's an eye that looks around, and it like settles on you.
Whoa, man! You guys see that? I might be
and
high.
then the wood shuts. And you hear some steps inside.
Steps. Got it.
We wait.
Sure. So after about a minute, the door opens.
Oh, that's too long. I knock again.
You knock again. There's no eye the second time. but you hear the steps coming closer, and the door eventually opens. Behind it, you see a strange figure. They stand 6.5 feet tall. They have of kind of green, wrinkled skin. They're humanoid in shape, but have 4 very thin, lanky arms and wear long blue robes that kind of trail down. They have gold trim on them, and they trail behind him.
So like
The
a
big thing that
monster.
interests you about this weird 4-armed, limber, green-skinned figure is their face is perfectly flat.
Ah,
There's no hair, no nose, no mouth, no eyes, no anything upon
A
this
little
being.
scary looking.
So it's not really a face then.
The head is just like a flat, featureless, kind of ovoid shape.
Interesting.
And
Hello.
as the door opens, you hear telepathically into your mind, Kelar. Are the rest of you like right behind Kelar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you all hear this telepathically then. A voice speaks. Greetings. You are the adventurers my master requested.
yeah.
We are indeed.
Probably.
We
And-
received word that there is some sort of problem.
It turns around, not letting you continue to talk, and begins to just walk into the tower. You can see between like the robes, because the robes are on the front and on the back, the sides are open, and it's very long, thin, limber legs, very much of the same kind of form as the 4 arms, which settle kind of behind its back, kind of hands wrapped together, very thin, long fingers.
I
begins
whisper to the group,
stride in.
if he doesn't have ears, how does he hear us?
Well, he did just talk into our minds, so perhaps we thought.
Mind talking.
As
But
you
I,
look
I wasn't thinking anything.
Well,
As you look into the doorway, you can see that the inside of the tower does not meet the outside of the tower. There is a long kind of hallway directly before you of arched stone. It's not well decorated, but it is obviously an extra dimensional space here within the tower. And it begins to lead you down this long, dimly lit hall. You can see there are occasional torch sconces. But at the end of the hallway, you can see it opens into a much larger room with some light shining out. And yeah, as soon as you step through the door, the sound of the docks and the bird and everything go completely silent behind you.
I hope I didn't lose my boat.
You never. Okay. Fine.
What awaits us in this room?
Well, the figures, you follow the figure down the hall.
Indeed.
Sure.
I do.
Okay. About
However, I
halfway
would
down
like-
the
He
hall.
seems trustworthy.
I would like to inquire arcanically, if I may, about the nature of this establishment.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
in
Yevgeny.
our
I'd like to inquire verbally.
Sure, that's fine too.
What is the nature of this establishment?
Yevgeny, all you
Good,
can
sir.
tell is this is probably an extra dimensional space. That or you have been knocked unconscious and your mind is in some sort of trap.
Don't love
One
it.
of you.
Ah,
I don't
well,
love
I
it.
hope it's the first one.
Armand, you
What did I say?
you ask that, and the telepathic voice responds to you all in your heads. The creations of my master.
Ah,
And the figure continues to walk.
well, I love that. They're great.
Yeah, but
They're
like,
lovely.
what do you guys sell?
Yeah, that's not a helpful answer.
It's
I
not
go to the
much.
light. Dangerous. thing
You go to one of the
might be.
torches?
No, I'd like the light of the next room.
Oh, okay. So you follow him. You follow the guy down into the next room, and as you do so, you enter into a fairly large, what looks like workshop. The passage is about 50 feet, and it opens to a very large, like 100 by 60 foot chamber. There's a huge roaring fireplace, like exacerbated, unnecessarily large fireplace that you can see. Additionally, you can see a bunch of like workbenches and things of that nature that have been set up with all sorts of different alchemical kind of beakers and systems like that. You can see that there's some large like barrels and things in the corner of supplies. But beyond all that, sitting by the fireplace, you can see a older looking gentleman. He's got a slightly graying beard that was probably once slightly, a blondish black with little black splotch in it, probably. And he's a wizard. He's an old-looking wizard. Blue robes, plain blue, no trim gold or anything. And he is not wearing a wizard hat. The wizard hat's sitting on the table next to him. His hair is kind of frazzled looking. And he kind of looks up from a book that he's reading, which he closes as you enter. And
Hello.
the wizard, great! It's good to see you finally! You're here! Well, it's a pleasure to see you. He stands up and begins to walk towards you all. Yes, Kevin, go and get us some coffee or something. Make those forearms useful. Yes, hello. I am Matthias the Enchanter. Great to see you. I'm expecting adventurers.
Matthias,
yes,
you seem
Are you?
familiar somehow, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
He's high.
I've never met you before in my life. But you, he kind of walks forward toward you. I'm sorry, Yevgeny. You're a wizard.
Hello, yes, I am.
Where the hell's your sword?
Matthias is.
Where's your sword?
I do not actually have a sword. I do not
Kind
have
of
a
gestures
sword.
to a side where he's got a sword. Every wizard's got a sword. What happens if your magic doesn't work?
It's a good
Great
No,
point.
you make it
Great
fun.
question.
You rely on my magic. In fact, I believe
My magic never works.
What is this amateur hour, Chase? Anyway, anyway, sorry, my apologies. And you see, like the faceless figure has left the room, seemingly at the wizard.
Bye, Kevin. It was nice to meet you.
That's the
He
time,
doesn't
gentlemen.
Yes, anyway, I'm Matthias. I was hoping, you're adventurers, right? You do stuff for money.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Only very specific money, though.
gotcha.
You know what?
do you-
I guess I'd take other money too.
And
do you kill
frogs.
people?
Whoa, hey, yes.
Oh, just
mean,
a
yeah.
question.
If they
Okay,
need
I don't
it.
need anyone killed right now, but just good to know. All right. Next question. Do you?
They always need somebody killed.
Do you do? Would you consider yourselves proficient in the magical arts?
Personally, no.
Reasonably so. I believe there's
Great.
much to learn.
Excellent.
But,
Do you
but
care
yes,
if you die?
Weirdly, no.
personally, I don't give a
Perfect.
shit. I think we just come
Perfect. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
I care.
Don't worry, you're not gonna die. No one's gonna die in this adventure. Anyway, so I.
asked then?
It's just good to know these things. So I made a grievous error a few weeks ago. I was experimenting with some portals. I mean, you're a wizard. You know portals are cool, right?
They're very. I must
Right?
agree.
Exactly. Always want to experiment with portals. So I'm experimenting with some portals, and I figured, what would be great? If I could bring water from the elemental plane of water onto here, right? No one would ever have to worry about water again. It'd be good. Right?
Sounds like an excellent idea.
That does sound good.
That's what I-
We've had other adventures over water.
desalinization?
Look, all right, buddy. He kind of comes up next to you, Armand, puts an arm around you. Buddy, I'm gonna teach you the first step to being a wizard. You ready?
No,
You ready?
I'm not ready.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
It's not gonna happen.
You need a
All
sword.
right, well, the first step
I don't carry
is
a
you
sword.
always have to over-arcaneer it. Always over-arcaneer the problem. If you just do it the easy way, anyone could do it. If you do it the cool way, you're a wizard. Anyway, I made this portal to the elemental plane of water, but I figured
Fair.
I'm going to do it safe. I'm going to do it the safe, good way. So I made it under the ocean just in case something went wrong. Smart, right?
Yes.
No?
On one hand, yeah, that makes sense, and on the other hand,
But then how do you get the
I'm-
water?
I'm the wizard here. Yeah, well, no, but I would open another one
You're right.
later.
You're right.
not on the
I'll
water.
shut up.
If it
I don't
was-
know what I'm talking about.
Thank
Chester,
you.
let's go.
Thank you. Anyway, wait. that a
No,
grung?
I'm listening, Matthias.
Yeah, it's a grung. It's his friend.
All right, whatever. Look, so
So portal at the ocean.
yeah, so I made it under the ocean.
Yeah.
The big problem I didn't really consider is how difficult it would be to close the portal under
of
the
pressure.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't swim very well. I can't breathe underwater. I'm a human.
Yep.
So that makes it hard.
Well, I'm a cat, so this has been fun, guys.
Well,
But
no, don't
Nope.
worry. I've
Nope.
got it all figured out.
don't want to hear it.
I have
Do you have any cream?
I called in some favors from a few of my contemporaries. Come with me. Basically, what I'm gonna need you to do, we're gonna need you to just go under the ocean and just close the portal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't.
It's a
wanna
little
go in there.
dangerous. There are some
Yeah.
things I maybe didn't
wet.
expect coming out of the
It's gonna
portal.
be
Are you
water.
allowed to call them your contemporaries while you're still alive?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Can we get a ruling on that from the lore master,
But
Salazar?
I borrowed it from a lich. Does that?
What?
Yeah.
Aren't they
What?
terrifying?
You know, most of them are, but some of them aren't too bad.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, look. All right, sorry. Can I call them my contemporaries? Actually,
Yeah,
am I allowed
let's
to do that?
Let's go
Can we
with
get
yes.
can we get a ruling on that, Salazar?
You know, it's a little bit meta of you to call them your contemporaries, but I think it is allowed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with it.
All right, cool. As long as we're all on the same page here. So, I called in a couple favors. Most people wouldn't help me. Bad news. The reason I need the portal, all things disclosed. The portal is slowly flooding the world.
Okay.
Where is the portal?
You know, it's not too bad. 50, 100 years. I'll probably be dead, but I might not be. So that's where I kind of want to hedge my bets.
Okay.
So that's
So,
why I
like,
need you.
what kind of sea rise are we talking about as a result of it?
Well, it sounds like it'll flood the world in 100 years, so significant.
I mean, yeah,
But wait,
pretty much.
where is the portal?
It's under the water. It's in the bay, actually, just on the bay.
Oh dear.
Where's
It's not
the
too
other?
far. It's
the
not
other
100
All right,
feet
what we'll need to
offshore.
do is construct a
100
massive
feet.
cofferdam. We'll
Well,
need probably about 1,000 souls. Probably half of them will die, but we'll make it work.
Look, no, I already have this figured out. Like I said,
Sounds
I
like
called
you
in some
don't.
favors. A friend of mine, his name's Wallace. He sent me this particularly interesting one, and he kind of has led you over to the side of the room, and you can see that like the side of the building is a giant like barn door kind of setup, and in the middle of that area, right by the barn door, there's a huge, what looks like a brass barrel. It's like 10 feet tall, 6 feet wide, covered in band, like iron or brass banding around it. And he says, "Yeah, this thing is supposed to be able to do wonders under the water."
You know, Matthias.
Is it a
we've-
submarine?
Yeah, we've in a past life, I spent some time in a submarine,
Okay.
and it wasn't great.
I have
gonna be
read
honest
about
with you.
these contraptions. I have never seen one in person. This would be.
No, it's not a submarine. I don't think.
Oh.
It's just a
I
barrel
had
that sinks. Is it just a
I had
sinking
a
barrel?
submarine. I used it to set up the portal, and it got pulled into the plane of water.
Well, that's a good place for it.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna be anywhere. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna need you to get inside that barrel. I can then lower you in the barrel into the ocean, and then you can get your way to the portal and close it.
Right.
That's all you gotta do. Wizard, Yevgeny, or does anyone else know magic?
No.
I got magic.
Salazar, you
I know
speak
magic.
right?
Like,
I-
what are
know
their
about that.
names, by the way? No one here has told me their fucking name.
Salazar Stannick.
All right, Salazar, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
I'm Kelar.
Kelar?
My name is Armand Xavier Wallace of the Wallace Clan Knights, and this is Chester.
Wait,
I got
Armand.
Chester's name, actually. I caught that one when you were talking.
Armand, are you one of the Wallace Clan Knights?
Kelar, you know this, you jokester.
All right,
yes,
everybody
I
get-
am.
Everybody get in the barrel.
How big
All
is
right.
this barrel?
We will
Like
call
10
it the
feet tall
brass descent.
and like 6 feet wide.
All right, big enough.
I'm
All
sorry,
right, Chester, come
Yeah,
on.
sounds good. Let's do it.
What was the question, Yevgeny?
Oh, never. I was just trying to name our submarine.
We'll name it the Chester.
No. It's the Brass November.
I like
All right.
the name the Chester.
You're the Chester. All right.
I
I'm
get
getting the. Is it watertight? I don't want to
If you
get
get
wet.
up the top of it, you can see that the lid is hinged, and you flip it open and you look into it, and on the other end there are a whole bunch of lever.
Oh, oh God.
It's a lever. It's a lever thing. We're gonna pull some levers.
All right, so if one of you all, everyone get the hell in the thing. I'm gonna pick it up in my crane and bring you into the water.
You know
Yevgeny.
what, Chester?
Question.
Perhaps it's best you stay here with Matthias.
He's a
I
frog.
can
He
swim in
go
the water and
he's a
live
water guy.
underwater.
Yes, but I don't want the baby.
actually helpful.
We're bringing the frog. Yevgeny.
Well,
if-
actually,
just
I was kind of
type
hoping. I'm sorry. Go on.
If you know we all start drowning, can Yevgeny make us breathe? That's a magic thing, yes.
I mean, if he's a wizard with his salt, of course he can. So
Of course.
anyway,
Yevgeny,
I
are
was
you
thinking-
worth your salt?
go to the
How
ocean.
much salt are you worth?
There's so much salt there. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm gonna send my book imp with you. He's kind of my familiar, just so that I have an eye of what's going
course.
on as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he
And-
kind of
and
flips
what's
open
his
his spell
Terrifying
book.
thing without the face, is he?
He flips open his spell book, and you can see like this little creature crawl out. Just it's so uncomfortable in there. His name is Sid.
It's the book.
He's my book imp. Anyway, Sid, you're going with these guys. Don't drown. All right. The imp kind of stretches and unfurls its kind of bat-like leathery wings. All right. Who's carrying me?
I've got it.
No.
You got a book? You got a book?
I do have a book.
I don't
Can
open
you
it up.
only be
Here you go.
transported in
I-
books?
I opened my spell book.
He kind of looks at you for a minute, Kelar, like thinking, yes. Yes.
All right. That's
Come
good.
on. I
And
don't
then
have.
climbs into your
I'm gonna
spell
trust the
book.
guy. You know, he seems to know his stuff.
You wouldn't lie.
And yeah, as he climbs into your spell book,
I
you hear a
close-
voice in your head, Yevgeny. It's wonderful, wonderful. How's it going?
It's going splendidly. Welcome.
What's
aboard
your
the-
name?
Yevgeny.
And I'm Sid. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure.
Oh man, your spells. Oof.
Yeah.
You got
Yes,
some spells.
We do have some spells. I understand they're probably not. as
Never seen that one
proficient.
before. What's warding wind? What's that do?
It's it blows wind in different directions and
Can I use that to
things.
breathe underwater?
Potentially, I was thinking about.
I'm gonna say probably not.
All right. Well, good luck. Jesus, oh crap! You don't have water breathing. Yikes.
Listen, I would call that rather situational.
You know, just a little while ago, we were in the water and fighting, and you know, I feel like, you know what? I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything.
These conversations are all happening as you're all clambering into the thing. So
Yes,
at
of
this
course.
point, you've all clambered into it. It's fairly cramped in there, and you can see the bottom side actually is glass. You can see out of it.
No, nice.
Yeah, and or at least it looks like glass. It might be just a transparent metal, even touching it, as someone is currently standing on it at the bottom of the barrel. And you see Matthias say, "All right, I'm closing it up. Good luck." And then it slams shut behind you, and now it's dark.
That's it, yeah.
Well, I light a torch. No, I don't do that.
No.
I heard it. I heard it as soon as I said it.
You took out the torch. The grunt goes, "Oh shit!" But then you put the torch away. And after a brief minute of kind of like no sound, you just hear a muffled, "Hey, right here again." And you hear a like mechanical like wow, 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 sound from outside of where you are, and all of a sudden the barrel you're in shift pretty dramatically, and you feel it kind of moving as you're in it, seemingly being moved outside of the lab. What are you all doing as this is going on? There's a bunch of levers. And you're otherwise in the dark.
I'm looking for the light switch. Which of these levers? I'm gonna roll investigation. See which of these levers is the light switch.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
What do you think? What do you think of that?
Yeah, you think you found it. Roll me a d10.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, dear.
Hey, I don't know if that's good.
All right, you pull one of the levers, and immediately the hatch that you just walked in pops open. It goes and pops open.
Hey, it's light now.
You got some light shines, and you hear a voice call. You hear the Matthias voice call. What are you doing? You're knocking the thing off the hooks. And you hear like a scraping of metal, and you can feel the thing beginning to like fall out of the head.
I pull that lever back the other direction.
You have a little bit more light. You can now see through the kind of transparent metal or glass ahead of you. You are now hanging above the ocean about 60 feet.
Oh, cool. I put that lever back the other way.
Okay, flip the lever back. That's lever 10, by the way. Unseals and seals the hatch. And as you do so, the hatch seals shut, and then the whole thing falls. You can still see light through the bottom, which is clear, as you plummet toward the water, and you hit it with a resounding thud. And
we probably should have asked for the controls before we got in.
The
we'll figure
four
it out.
of you each take 4 damage.
Great.
As you all bump into each other and get blacked around.
Is
inside.
Chester okay?
Yeah, Chester's fine.
Great.
Chester didn't take any damage. I forgot to give him
that
any.
guy.
Hey, Sid, Mr. Bookend,
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
you would not happen to know how the fuck this thing works, would you?
I don't know.
We're just gonna have to experiment. All right. Here we go. I'm a lever pulling genius.
Well,
So
you're slowly floating down to the bottom of the ocean.
well, it sounds
right.
like we're slowly sinking.
You're slowly sinking, and it's getting dark.
Let's see. What do I have?
A submarine
Right.
can't sink.
What do I have?
Well, it isn't a submarine. It's
It's
a
a barrel.
barrel. It's a what are they called? There's a name.
So
for it.
was the
I think
the turtle, the USS Turtle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, levers, reveal your secrets.
Okay. You're intimidating the levers. It has no effect.
Okay, that makes
Interesting.
sense. Now we know they aren't alive and cowardly.
That's, good to know.
It's data.
It is now dark.
They
You
are
have sunk
data.
very quickly down.
It is. We're
Would
in the
anyone
dark.
else like to take an action?
I will attempt to discern how the levers work by investigating where they go.
Sure. You see that it's hard to see in the dark, and Tabaxis don't
I'm
have
a
dark
cat.
vision.
Oh, never mind.
But I don't know, do you?
Yeah. Yes, I have dark vision.
Oh,
I don't know
alright.
what color the levers are, but I know that they're there.
Yeah, you can see that they all seem to. Some of them are closer to other parts than others, but you don't know.
Do they all move in the same direction?
Up and down?
How many of them are there again?
There are 10.
10. Okay. So it's clearly some form of lever system.
So let's think about what the levers might be. We've got one that opens the hatch, probably one that has to turn on a light. I have to imagine that there's a light switch. Either that or, maybe Matthias loves to put dancing lights up for no reason all the time.
Is there any reason to think, Jeremy, can we tell, are they binary, like switches, or like levers that, it adjusts along
It
with
looks like some of them. Well, roll me an investigation check, and maybe I can give you a better answer.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, looking at them, you got to imagine some of them are, but you don't know what they are until you flip them, right?
That's
Well-
not necessarily true.
I
It's not, but that's what Kelar has presumed.
All right, so let's
I
think
would
about the-
like to flip the fourth one from the left.
After that roll, you settle on the bottom of the bay.
Guys, I did it.
4,
Well,
you hear a like a metal retracting sound. The whole thing shifts. Nothing seems to happen on the inside, and you can't see what happened on the outside.
All right, so that was probably like some landing gear type stuff.
No idea. But Kelar, you can't see through even though you have dark vision, you can't see through the glass right now because of all the silt that's been poofed up.
Oh, we hit the bottom. That's good.
Yeah, you hit the bottom. You're not falling anymore. And the grung goes, what are you doing?
We're working on it, Chester.
Great
Am I
question,
gonna
Chester.
die?
Experimenting.
reflip lever 4.
You reflip
All right.
lever 4?
Didn't we just?
No, you flip it back down?
I'm doing
Yes.
it to check.
There's like a shifting metal sound, and nothing happens. No.
I tell Yevgeny to, for God's sakes, be careful.
Yes, da, comrade. First, we must make sure we do not die in said submarine. Terrible place to die.
I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why why would you
Nobody
take this
flips
mission?
lever 10. I'm just gonna. I'm making it very clear. No one flip lever 10.
Okay.
Okay.
That might be an eject.
It's the hatch. We know that. That was the one I flipped.
We're all completely aware of the hatch at this point.
So
Right, yes. I thought that was one for some reason.
I'm going to flip lever 9.
You flip lever 9.
Yes.
Nothing happens. There is a a bubbly kind of noise, but nothing changes.
Maybe it's a bailout thing. Maybe the bails out water.
Something clearly happened on the outside, maybe, but
Bubbly.
there were no real noises,
Lever 1.
just bubbles.
Ooh, lever one.
Yeah, you flip lever 1. As you do so, there's a lot of like mechanical whirring sounds, and the entire thing shifts pretty dramatically, and then straightens itself, like it stabilizes. You're clearly not touching the bottom anymore.
Oh, is it
And
that
actually-
robot? It is an underwater mech.
You can now see kind of a little bit as it's cleared up a teeny bit ahead of you that there is maybe you can only see a little bit because there's still some silt, but you can see there's a big mechanical leg that has come out from the machine, at least on the front. There's at least 2, one on each side.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, we flipped lever 4 back, right?
Mhm.
So maybe that's lever 9?
Lever 2.
You flip lever 2 and the transparent part goes dark. You can't see anymore.
Back.
Flip that back.
Okay, you flip it back and you can now still see the very silty water.
So it's going to be tough to find out what lever 2 does because the thing goes dark when it happens.
Lever 3.
You flip lever 3. Yeah, on the 2 sides of this strange barrel, and the barrel is sideways currently, just for your perspective. 2 more transparent parts appear on either side. And looking out the side, you can see, there are 8 pincer-like legs that have detached from this thing.
Oh, it's like a crab.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a big lobster thing.
Great.
So lever 1 was probably the legs, is my guess, rather than hover.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Probably lifted us off the ground. Okay, cool. Cool.
So 4 may have been
Lever
something
5.
that doesn't really take effect without the legs.
Hmm.
Well, let's try it. Let's throw lever 4 again. We're gonna throw lever 4. What happens?
As you throw lever 4, there's another crack, metallic shifting sound, and 2 giant pincer claws come out of the front of it.
Crab.
Nice. We're leaving that one.
Crab. We're crab people.
Well, we're
Crab
crab
people
people
now.
now, D. But we don't know how to pincer the pincers.
Maybe that's lever 5. I'm gonna throw lever 5.
Throw lever 5, one of the pincers goes ching ching, the other one
Yes.
also goes forward.
We're officially crab people.
We are crab people. Now, do we walk forward or sideways? Well, we don't know yet.
Lever 6.
Lever 6, the machine begins to walk forward on its pincer legs.
Fun.
And it just
wait,
continues to walk forward as the lever's down.
We should
was
stop
about
that.
to
though.
ask that.
Find out where we should go.
Yes, reflip lever 6.
Okay, you flip lever 6 back, and you can roll me. So you flip it all the way back.
Yes.
You begin reversing.
Wonderful.
Hmm.
To the middle.
It stops. Instead goes, yeah, no, it's pretty close. It's like maybe, I don't know, 100 feet up there. It's right up there.
Thank you, Sid.
I should also probably let you know this does not have a lot of air in it.
Damn it, Sid, you really should have let us know that
Come
earlier.
on, Sid.
Look,
like directly ahead.
All right,
I'm
nobody
just saying
breathe.
it's like a confined space. That should be very obvious.
You know what, Sid? It's freaking magic. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah.
Lever 7.
Yevgeny, can you magic stuff?
Oh,
Lever
good.
7.
Can we
there's
walk toward the?
abrupt shifting sound as the thing shifts 90 degrees. It's now turning to the left.
Okay.
Lever
Cool.
7 again.
It now is turned backward. You are facing the cliff behind you.
Lever 7 again.
You are now facing the right of your original director.
One more time.
All right, you're back where you were, facing forward.
Lever 8.
Oh, that turns on the lights.
Hey.
Inside of the contraption lights up, and you see two like little eye stalks emerge from the front of it. Everything here is brass, and the brass kind of peels back around little white crystals which shine light forward. And as that happens, you see, kind of frozen almost in the light, a creature. You see what looks like a mermaid, and she's just kind of stopped in place, looking at you, kind of confused.
Lever 5. Engage.
And she's about 30 feet away from you.
Lever 5.
In the water. You can see about, because it's a 60-foot like huge wave of light, you can see about 30 feet even further beyond, there is a very large kind of stone crenellated portal.
Lever 5 that.
Which beyond is just water, so maybe it's the portal you want, maybe it's just a ruin.
Sounds.
I'm sorry,
sounds like a
you're
portal.
quickly grabbing for lever 5.
Yeah.
You grab for lever 5, and one of the arms go ka-ching, ka-ching, 5 feet ahead of you, and are nowhere near this mermaid who's kind of frozen in place.
5 feet. Got it.
And then
Well, that'll
the
show.
mermaid's face peels open on the sides, kind of like the predator. Beneath there are hundreds of sharp white teeth, and it unleashes a horrible scream at you.
What I
And-
tell you guys?
I would like you guys to roll for initiative.
As a crab or individually?
Individually.
All right.
Yeah,
I will say you've discovered a lot about the machine
Yes,
before initiating the encounter.
that's good.
The only thing
We
that
know
you
all the
haven't
levers,
figured-
baby.
almost all the levers.
No, we know all of them.
You know what 9 does?
Yeah, 9 does bubbles.
We know it does something. We don't really know what it does.
Yeah, no, of course it does. It does something.
The working theory is bailout.
It does bubbles.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll some other initiative in stealth so you guys can't see.
Wait,
All right.
what if 9 ejects air?
Oh, we
Why
shouldn't
would
flip that
be
then.
Salazar, and then Kelar, and then
I suppose we'd be in a vacuum. What would it replace the air with? We would have to take in water, right? Physics, something.
Well, no, not if we were pressurized.
Yeah,
Okay.
it must be pretty deep, right?
all right, Salazar, you are the first to go as this horrible creature screams at you. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna need all of you to roll me wisdom saving throws as well,
That hardly seems fair.
as she
Oof.
screamed at you on her surprise round,
Oh,
or its
Oof.
surprise round. It's not really fair to say her.
let's not gender the Eldritch monster.
Yeah.
True. Don't gender the monster. All right, so Yevgeny, you're all good. Kelar, you're not. Neither
Well,
are you, Armand. But Salazar,
agree to
you're good as
disagree.
well. So this horrible otherworldly scream, you are frightened, And while frightened in this way, you have disadvantage on saving throws. But you're only frightened for 1 turn. So, Salazar, what would you... Oh, and you can also see like a ripple through the water around this creature, going out in every direction.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Make fun of
Yell at it, Salazar.
That's what I'm
Yell
gonna
at it.
do. You know. Oh, I hit the button. I didn't mean to.
Bard is like one of relatively few classes that can do something to it.
Oh no, it can't hear me.
Why not?
You don't know if it
Yell really loud.
Yeah. What happened to cutting words? I gotta delete it from here. Oh.
Cutting words is a different feature.
No, I know it is.
Are you thinking of what's it?
No,
Not
vicious
mockery, the other
Vicious
one.
mockery. No, cutting words is the other one. Can it hear me?
You don't know, maybe.
All right, I'm just gonna do it. It doesn't
It's
cost
gonna
me
mock
anything.
it.
Just gonna mock it.
All
Like,
right.
yeah,
Apparently can hear you,
it didn't even. I couldn't even hear it scream. It didn't even hurt me.
but it seems like your mockery didn't hurt it either. What was your mockery, Salazar?
I just said it.
Oh, just nope. Okay.
I said
fair
your
enough.
scream sucks. Couldn't even hear it. Didn't affect me. My ears are fine.
All
Meanwhile,
right.
Kelar's ears are bleeding.
He is. Oh!
Ow! I'm frightened.
Armand, I should
Yes.
note you're currently not holding Chester's hand, right?
Probably not. I was playing with levers.
Yeah, you've come down.
Oh, nice. Or
Kelar,
not.
your move. So yeah, this
I
is
touched
horrifying.
Chester's hand just a
Mine?
little bit.
We'll get to that on your turn, Armand.
Fair enough. Should it be?
Sorry,
Yevgeny?
Kelar, what were you saying?
It is me.
Yep.
I will hit lever 6.
All
Forward,
right.
I should
The
say.
thing. How far would you like to go? Just as far as you can go? Just do you stick it full blast forward?
No, I sort of do it tentatively and try to see how quickly it moves, and I'm trying to line it up so that we're near the Death Mermaid.
Looks like it can go about 30 feet. So actually, you do it. You're now under the Death Mermaid. You're about 10 feet below the Death Mermaid.
Oh,
Which is above us.
Yeah, 'cause she was swimming in the water,
right.
and you're on the ocean floor. You're also now 30 feet away from that big portal, and that was its kind of full range, you think.
Okay. Well,
Let's
Someone
get to
do
the
something.
portal sooner rather than later.
Pardon?
Do you think?
Sorry, yeah, Kelar, let's try to get to the portal as soon as possible.
I mean, I don't think it can move anymore right now.
It cannot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Illuminated by the lights now, you can see there is a second portal beyond what is obviously now a ruin that you had seen previously that is now about 60 feet away from you. So 30 feet away from you, there is like the decrepit ruin of like a big
False
archway.
portal.
But then there's the real portal beyond it. And that one is shimmering with blue energy.
Cool.
All right.
Wonderful.
At this point, it's not Armand's turn because you can see emerging from the portal is a terrible purple octopus creature and has large kind of yellow eyes. Its beak isn't under it. It's like up under its eyes. And it kind of crackles with lightning as it kind of floofs through the portal.
Neat.
It looks at you all, and do any of you speak or understand deep speech?
I'm gonna guess no.
I do not.
I didn't think so.
I
If
do speak
necessary for
Infernal.
purposes of the plot, I do.
It unleashes a horrible guttural like, and it shoots a lightning bolt at your vehicle.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad.
Now, Kelar,
We
you were the
were
last
encased in
person at the vehicle.
Well, I'm not a person.
Not
I
ideal.
can't. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Great question.
I was gonna say,
Good
so
point.
you get to roll the saving throw.
Salazar maybe could handle it because he's a guy.
Well, you were the last person at the handle, so I would like
Okay.
you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I have those.
Because you do know how to move the thing. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, still failing. Between all of you, you would take 32 total points of lightning damage as this bolt of lightning strikes through the water.
What's that? 8 each?
It
Is
could
Chester
be 8
taking any
each.
damage?
If anyone would like to take additional damage to prevent other people from taking damage, you could do that too. Chester's taking no damage. Correct.
You know, I guess that's good.
I got
Would you
him.
guys like Chester to take some
Good
damage?
for him. No, I don't.
instead? No? Okay.
I think we gotta send Chester out there. Poison these things.
That's. I mean, he could.
Oh.
Can he breathe underwater?
His area.
Yeah, it's front.
Chester, can you breathe underwater?
Oh, and actually, that's a natural 6 because it was a natural 1. You had disadvantage on the save because of the scream from the lure.
Well,
but that
it
doesn't
was
matter.
really scary.
It was terrifying. Your hands are just off the gears when it shot you. So yeah, you each take 8 lightning damage, I guess. Unless you distribute it some other way. It's up to you.
No,
I
it's-
would like to propose a slight redistribution.
no.
Oh, here we go.
Would you like to put some of the damage on Sid, the book imp?
Oh yeah, kill him.
Sid,
You know what?
how much lightning?
How much lightning damage do you put on Sid? Only you can put your lightning damage on Sid.
2.
All right, Sid is like, oh, what the fuck? But he's still up there. He's still okay.
It's a fair reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
Sid,
figure out a way to
apologize.
get out of this barrel so that I can go punch that thing.
Okay.
And
can
you hear Matthias and Ginger speak out through you. Oh, what's going on? Just say, what are you doing? Don't destroy that thing. It's gonna
This-
cost me a lot to
He's
replace.
a big purple octopus. He shot
I don't
lightning
kill
at
it. That's what I hired you for.
Yeah,
All right,
what-
Armand, it's your move.
Mitch, if you want to position yourself at the hatch, I'll pull the hatch for you and Chester.
I don't know how I'm gonna breathe.
You're gonna hold your breath, big guy.
How long can I hold my breath underwater?
For a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier.
Is
That's
that
not
what it
very many
is?
rounds.
Oh,
That's not
actually,
fair.
no. You can do it a
Doesn't
lot
make sense.
longer. Let's just a second. All right. Holding breath. I'm sorry. It's a number of minutes equal to your con modifier.
Oh,
But
we're-
if you fall unconscious, you will drown and die
Yeah.
after a number of with
Yeah,
no
obviously.
breath.
Okay,
You survive
cool.
a number of minutes equal to you, or set rounds that.
cool. All right. I'm doing it. Well, let's find out what lever 9 does.
You pull lever 9.
I'm gonna pull lever 9.
You rise up to 20 feet in the air. You now directly are in front of the lure.
Ah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Do you
you
stop it at
guys-
the lure, or do
You're
you
welcome.
keep
Yes.
going up?
Yeah. Stop.
Okay. Yeah, and you can.
And can I
feel
throw
like-
the pit? Can I throw lever 5 at the same time? Can I reach?
No.
I use my
One
extra
lever.
attack.
Oh, your action surge?
No, I use my 2-weapon fighting. I
it is
did offhand fighting, offhand weapon.
Oh, wait a minute. A creature can use their action to move as many as 2 of the apparatus's levers. So absolutely.
Yeah, baby.
All right, you flip the claw. Roll me a d20 and add 8 to it. As the horrible sea demon screams. All right. And roll me a second one. The 2 pincers, shing shing, reach out and slash into her, clouding the area in front of you with blood.
She
Black
got
blood.
blood all over the claws.
Roll me 4 d6s.
Fuck him up, Socrates.
All right. She
All right, well.
is injured and bleeding. You
Welcome, everybody.
you've successfully hit with the claws. Yevgeny, it's your move.
Wonderful. I am going to attempt to make this Kraken laugh so hard that it can't do anything.
Okay. Now, just as a note, you guys as a team can use the same levers. So if you want to just walk forward and just throw that claw lever a bunch of times, you could just do that if you'd like.
Ah. Wonderful.
Just so
how
you know,
close
or if
are
you
we
want to swim directly toward the portal or whatever, you know.
How close are we to Kraken?
You're 30 feet. It just came out of the portal and shot lightning at you.
Right. Can this machine move more right now? Or must
If you push the move lever, you absolutely could.
I will push the move lever.
All right, so you're just gonna barrel directly past the lure.
Correct.
All right, she will make a claw attack at attack of opportunity.
That seems not fair.
She can't grapple it because it's too large, but she does not damage it. So armor class is 2.
Very good.
Cool.
All right, you
It is
push
brass.
the thing forward, and you hear like a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound from behind, back out behind you with where the latch would open up. As you propel forward, you see the pincer claws have like pulled up a little bit. They are not what's moving you, but you whoosh forward 30 feet.
Interesting. Wonderful. I do not believe I have
You
extra
are now
action.
like at the portal right next to the squid mon or the octopus creature. What would you like to do? You've got one more thing if you'd like. Matt, did we lose you? All right, Discord's being bad. We'll
Yeah.
get back to that action in a minute. I'm going to assume you would claw, though. So
But-
we're going to assume that
yeah.
until otherwise.
Sense.
He's here in Discord. That's weird.
Yeah, he seems to be having problems with it. Discord does this at times. All right, so next in the initiative is the lure. The lure, it disappears. You can't see the lure from where it is currently.
The claws didn't like grapple the lure, you know, like snip, snip, hold on, that kind
No,
of
no,
thing.
it's more like snip, snip, ah. No, hold on.
Right, but like I'm thinking like snip, snip. Also I can't move.
Unfortunately, it doesn't do that.
Interesting.
They're not real lobster claws. This is a contraption or an
Real
apparatus,
lobster
some might
claws
say.
wouldn't be big enough.
That's that's a good point.
So you don't
Probably
know
also
where
not
the
very
lure is.
sharp.
And we move to Salazar. You are at the portal. What would you like to do?
Should we go? Should we go up to it?
You're like right up to it in the thing right now.
Yeah.
Should we go in it?
Claw it.
Snap it.
Let's snip snap it. I push the lever 5 and snip snap at
Are you attacking the portal or are you attacking the horrible octopus being?
the octopus being.
No, take the portal. We can just get out
No,
of
the
here.
portal. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Then
snip
there's
snap
an
the portal.
octopus being hanging around.
I snip
Alright.
snap the portal.
Cares? It's not the mission.
Can you in that case roll me 2d4s?
It's implied.
I'm sorry. 4d6s as you attack the portal. You automatically hit the portal.
Great. Back.
Apologies, comrades. I have returned.
We'll get to you, Yevgeny, what you wanted to do on your round as your last lever pull. But Salazar has run up and just started like just pulling the lever back and forth for the claws.
Perfect.
Would
It's
you
a,
like me to
it's
roll
a
it for
slash
you?
R space.
Perfect.
Yep.
Salazar, you read my
That
mind.
command, but sans the period. And Yevgeny, what did you want to do? Oh my
Yeah, all right,
goodness.
17.
Ooh,
Good.
all right.
17, baby.
You start striking at the portal, and it seems resistant to this kind of brute force damage. But you do take a bunch of chunks of stone off of it, and it starts to crumble a little bit, and you see the blue kind of glow, kind of static a little bit, seeming to dissipate.
That sounds good.
Yeah, let's start. Yevgeny,
All right.
can you magic it?
Yeah,
Ew,
Yevgeny, you still have another lever pull if you'd like to use it.
Yes, I would perhaps in a moment, but first I would like to ask Sid. Sid,
Yeah, what's up?
hey, would you happen to know how exactly is the most efficient way to destroy this portal?
Oh, I think probably magic. I'd be careful though. That's a Morkoth. That thing's scary. I would not want to fight that. You want me to call Matthias to get the crane down to get you out of here?
Yes.
That'd be nice.
He's talking just to Yevgeny.
Maybe
don't
get
care.
The portal.
Perhaps, but first can you ask him?
Not perhaps.
Yeah, all right, yeah, maybe get us there. Did lunch.
We gotta close the portal. There's
What
gonna
are
be
we
more
doing?
Morkoths.
Oh, we'll close it. We'll close it by the time the crane gets here.
All right, I'm gonna start lowering the crane down, Yevgeny. Just take rid of the portal and then get back to where I guess I dropped you in.
Yes, Matthias, how do we destroy this portal?
I don't know. You smack it. It's probably more vulnerable to magic than to, not magic. It's a magical portal, right? You can overload it. You can break it. I didn't make it to last. It was a test.
All right, well, good to know. Thank you, Matthias. That's very helpful.
It's no problem.
Well,
I'm a very powerful wizard. This is what it would have been very helpful if you had a magic sword. All right. So that was Yevgeny. The lure went. Salazar went. We're at Kelar now.
Yes. Hello. I guess I'm not afraid anymore.
No, you're no longer afraid.
Yeah, I'll snip snap the.
All right. Oh, you're just gonna
with
run up to the front and.
With my first lever pull, I will snip snap the portal.
Okay, that's 46.
46 damage. Got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just pull the lever twice, Salazar?
No.
No, I'm talking about Salazar on his turn.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
because if he did, there should actually be 4 more d6s.
I sounded to me like he did pull it twice.
Well, there.
All right. Well, he can roll his other 4 in a minute. All right. So you're just ripping the lever twice.
Yeah.
Okay. The portal
Although-
kind of
yeah.
starts to crumble. Little bits of brick breaking away.
What if we feed Chester to the Morkoth and he's poisoned?
You know,
See, I was thinking about this when we were talking
looking
about throwing me
forward to
out to
level.
fight the Morkoth. I don't know how we open the hatch without everybody inside dying.
We close the hatch.
I don't know that that'll happen fast enough.
it's
It's
the
not a big
Morkoth's
space.
turn. The Morkoth kind of pulls itself up over the front of the tank, or on the front of the thing that you're in. You can't see. The Morkoth is currently blocking the whole site.
Mhm.
And you see the underside of it. It doesn't have a beak at the bottom of this octopus area, octopus-like body that it has. Its beak's on the front of it. But then it's like beak and eyes kind of flow down its pink, wriggly flesh, and they're now under it. And it looks directly in at you. And Kelar, you're right up in the front. So I'd like you to roll a wisdom saving throw against its hypnosis.
oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hey,
Ah,
it's not bad.
you are kind of just, I imagine, are so weirded out by it that the hypnosis doesn't really get you too bad.
Big Morkoth, guys.
That is what the Morkoth does right there. Armand, your move.
Yes, indeed. Can I still snip snap the portal, or is the Morkoth
You'd
on the
be
way?
attacking blind. So you'd be attacking with disadvantage, which would just mean you'd have to actually roll instead of just not rolling.
May I
You-
ask,
you-
Jeremy, how big is the Morkoth in comparison to our barrel?
It's not like, it's barely covering the front. So it's technically a medium creature, but it really fills that 5 by 5
Yeah.
foot area.
How big is it in comparison to the portal?
Small. It's fairly small. I mean, the portal's
Could you
maybe
push it
15
through
feet.
the portal?
I'm thinking I'm gonna try to push the. I'm gonna flip lever 6 forward
Lever 6.
hard.
Hard. Okay, so you just want to
Nice.
just barrel through the portal.
No, I don't want to go through the portal. I want
Okay.
to accelerate as
Ram
fast
the
as I can until the Morkoth is through the portal, and then.
You're
stop.
like 5 feet from the portal. You're right in front of it.
Yeah, I want to push him in, and then stop.
Are you trying to like shake him to like get him off the thing?
Is he latched on to the?
Yeah, he's got big octopus tentacles wrapped around him.
I'm gonna. So here, all right. I'm gonna
If
very
you
quickly.
get it, if you get it
I'm
so
gonna-
he's in the portal, you could use the upward boost to sort of scrape him off.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. We get him in the portal, and then we destroy the portal, and then he gets cut in half, like in Stargate.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Stargate
that's your
was good.
stat. I gotcha. So
Nice,
roll me,
nice.
roll me a sleight of hand check to represent your finesse with this.
Oh my
lever
god,
and
and they
the
had
control.
Stargate
Sure.
Atlantis.
They do. That was a good show.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it.
I think you're good. Yeah, you kind of go a little bit too far. You see one of the pincer claws go through the portal, and nothing seems to happen. And you kind of rear back a little bit, and the pincer claw rears back. But yeah, the Morkoth is stuck partway through the portal.
And then I'm gonna use my other lever to snip snap.
All right, go ahead and
portal.
attack the portal. So you still can't see very well. So roll me d20 plus 8. Your DC is 10. So
D20 plus 8, you said?
yeah. That's why I was not even having you roll before. Because all right. Roll me the 4d6s.
I definitely.
I'm sorry, it's only 2d6s because you only got it's 4. Sorry. Because you got 2.
Snap stick.
Snap. The 20. Oh, I'm sorry. 11. Oh boy, this portal is like staticking. It's on the brink of destruction.
We've got this, guys. We have
Oh, wait, and it's Matt, right?
Yeah.
Hello,
Yevgeny?
Matt, can you do stuff through the thing?
Yevgeny, destroy the portal.
I will
it.
The
I
portal,
will-
Yevgeny.
I will pull the lever. The lobster lever again.
The snip snap.
What we call
It's,
it?
it's lever 5.
Indeed.
Oh, you're getting the portal breaks
Heavens.
apart with one very solid hit. You see the blue static inside. You feel the writhing of the Morkoth as it tries to like break away. And the Morkoth has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Get us out of here, Yevgeny.
It's a
You got
9.
this, Yevgeny.
Oh boy. Let me just quickly see how it does.
The
Did I
portal
tell
is
you
right
I
in
told
front of
you
us,
we
yes?
were gonna
It's
cut
not
him
above
off.
us at all.
Oh, it's just static damage. Oh god. Okay. I think he's just dead.
Hell
He
yeah.
failed his dex save and he took 160 damage.
Oh.
So the Morkoth is
nice.
just spliced in twain. There's just some pink, purple octopus parts
Yes.
floating around.
Das Vidania, comrade.
All right, full reverse.
No, full up.
No, we're getting craned out. We don't know how deep we are.
Probably. be
All
close.
right. Well, Yevgeny, that was your first attack. What's your second move?
Indeed. Wonderful. I pull lever 9.
Lever 9.
No. Oh, that's up.
Which way do you push it? Up or down?
Up.
You sink 20 feet.
Oh, fuck.
You
Well, now we
hit
know.
the bottom with a thud.
Well,
All right. The lure is going to.
Oh yeah, her.
Yeah, she's still out there.
Him.
All right.
It.
You hear like
They.
a sound, and you hear on the back of the vehicle you're in unsealing, and
Mhm.
water begins to kind of leak in around it as you can see. it
All right,
being
everybody,
pulled.
hold your breath.
Salazar, your move.
Salazar, throw lever 10. I'm ready.
All right, I kick it. Level 10. Lever 10.
All right, the left it flips open in the back. Water gushes in, and yeah, water is just pouring in. Bubbles are bubbling out.
Why did
So we can fight it.
Surely
All
we
right.
could have done it with the claws.
Anything else
Man
you'd
to
like to do,
man.
Salazar?
That's it. I hold my breath.
Well, did the
You got
did the
another-
thing
you got
come in
another
because we
lever.
could close the hatch,
Huh?
right? Did the lure make it into the
No, the
boat?
lure is like, whoa, kind of like floating around, disoriented by the sudden blast of bubbles and air.
Oh, nice. Well, then close the hatch again.
All right, I hit it again. Close that.
Okay, there's like, this is a 6 foot tall, probably like a 5.5 foot tall inside. You gotta hunch a little bit. There's like 3.5 feet of water. Chester's like, this is pretty great.
Chester, if we're all
Actually,
standing in this water
well,
with you, is this gonna get
I need
weird?
to roll, actually, just a second. Sorry, Chester doesn't say that. Chester has been gushed outside by the water.
No! Chester!
You see, like, through one of the windows,
Chester, no.
I mean,
this
no,
little purple
Chester!
rug.
he's probably not upset. He's just
He
hanging
seems
out.
pretty happy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Kelar,
good
what
for
do you
him
do?
then.
Probably for the best.
He is free.
All right. Cool.
Free frog.
Who's turn is
Kelar?
it?
Free girl.
Let's get us out of here, Kelar.
Yes. Thing I know how to do.
Go backwards.
Absolutely. We all know it instinctively.
But we don't know how
Well-
deep. Shouldn't we just
Yeah, no,
kill the lure?
just go backward, and we'll get craned out. The dude's he's dropping the crane. Yevgeny told us about that.
Yeah, but it's not visible yet.
No, you
Well,
can't see anything. You're at the
We
bottom.
wouldn't be
of
able
the
to see it
bay.
anyway. We're too far away. We gotta
All
go
right,
90 feet.
well, here, I'm gonna go up.
Probably kill this one.
Mhm.
Gonna start by going up so that we're not all down in the silt and all the crud and crap
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and stuff. And then I'm gonna turn us around 180 degrees so
Excellent.
that
So
we are facing the lure and where we started from.
now, how are you going to do that?
I'm going to first hit lever. What hell? Which one? was it?
9.
9,
Well, lever
and then
9
lever
there.
7 twice.
Okay, you're up 20 feet, you flipped around, you see the lure is like kind of disoriented, and you see Chester is also disoriented. Just,
Makes
Wow.
sense.
Chester.
That'll be fine.
Morkoth is dead.
He's
Armand,
poisoned.
your turn.
Well, now that we're pointed the right direction,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to push lever 6 forward.
Okay, just full blast going.
Full blast, baby.
Okay.
We're going.
I
I'm trying to go 90 feet.
only roll that dex saving throw for the lure. The lure gets hit by you.
Yes. Oh man,
Yes.
I'm
Let me
messing.
roll,
I
let
am
me roll
like,
that dex saving throw for Chester.
Oh no.
Chester does not get hit by
Oh.
you.
Yeah.
Chester, I knew you had it in you.
I'd like you to roll me 46.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Oh man, a
Yeah,
brutal hit. The lure is grievously injured.
Nice.
And actually, let me
So-
quickly roll. Oh, perfect. Yevgeny, your move.
We will claw the lure.
You've just rushed past the lure.
Yeah, she's behind us.
She's
now.
50 feet behind
It's
you.
there behind us.
This thing needs guns.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would be cool.
Oh yes. Matthias, we
actually,
have some
with
design
that,
ideas.
You're like nearing the base. Through the lights, you can see the base of the cliff up ahead of you.
Wonderful. How many feet above us would you say?
Can't tell. Can't see
Gotta
because
kill
of
the
the
lure.
visibility is bad.
Need to make this clean.
All right. Well, let's continue forward and let's go up a little bit too.
All right, you get right to the edge of the cliff, and you want to pull what lever?
Lever 9 down.
All right, yeah, you rise up 20 feet, and you can see natural light shining down.
The beer?
And move forward a bit as well.
Oh, didn't he say it wasn't that deep?
Yeah, it's not very deep.
Oh, cool.
Chester, bites the lure.
Yes, Chester. Yes. Oh, buddy.
Succeeds in the save instead.
That's fair.
Fortunately, though.
Yeah.
All right, and who knows what happens with Chester and the lure from there?
I'm gonna say Chester wins.
We have to go back.
At this point, 2 more pulls of the lever from Salazar puts you emerging from the surface of the frothy waves. You can see, you hear the sounds of birds, and you see a giant metal claw with a large chain affixed to it reach down and wrap around you. Coming from Yevgeny's spellbook, you hear a voice. Great work! You did it! Oh, it's wonderful.
Thank you,
I know you didn't
Matthias.
even destroy the apparatus. This is great. Excellent. You guys have really
Yeah, we
done
also
an
killed
outstanding
a
job.
tentacle monster.
I don't care about that.
It got a little sexy there for a bit.
Well,
All right. And you hear the like the winch pulling you up, and eventually, yeah, you are dropped off in the apparatus right outside, or I'm sorry, not outside, but in Matthias's workshop. You see Kevin, the weird servant, standing there with 4 cups of what are probably cold coffee at this point.
Does he have any
emotionless.
tea?
And
It's like
yeah, I mean,
2 hours to get the coffee. Not.
Matthias pays you all for a job well done. And
Hey,
yeah, what
How
do you
much?
what do you all do? Do you? I'm sorry, he pays you your stipend of I don't know what 100 Bartholomew bucks,
Yeah.
a point of experience.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
Matthias,
thank
it
you
was
for your,
it was weird meeting you.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Matthias.
you know what? It was a little weird. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I know you from somewhere too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're
Yeah.
bonded
It is
now.
all-
We
We
fought
were
as
the guys-
we're crab people now forever.
We're the guys that closed the portal for you. Remember?
We'll always be crab people.
Yeah, we met like just like a couple hours ago. It was like
I remember that.
very recent. Cool.
All right.
Matthias, out of curiosity,
Yeah, what's up?
your hat, what properties does it have?
Here we go.
It's pretty cool, actually. It allows me to use the magic missile spell, but I can cast it as sort of any elemental type. It's a creation of my own design.
That's very cool.
Need to
Yeah,
get
it's
me
pretty
all
sweet,
those.
isn't it?
Should we kill Matthias to get that hat for Yevgeny?
How
I say that just a
wouldn't
little
try
bit too loudly.
how dare you?
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys want to stick around and have some coffee or tea or whatever. I really don't care.
Yeah,
I will have some tea.
terrifying.
No,
Yeah.
I need to go. I need to go potentially grieve a friend. So
You have vodka also.
No.
Chester's fine.
And with
Chester's
that,
definitely fine.
I think
this
Chester's fine,
adventure
okay.
comes to an end. Congratulations, you guys. You've all succeeded.
Hey.
We did it, and none of us died.
Would
I know.
any of you like to
That's true.
shop?
Come on.
I
I don't think I need a shot.
think I'm
I'm
good.
saving up. I got my.
All right, I
eye on
figured
something.
as much.
Saving up.
Yevgeny,
Yes.
would you like
Do-
to shop?
You want a shot?
Oh, actually, yes.
All
I
right.
believe I-
And just a quick for the crowd, Matthias the Enchanter is Yevgeny's character. This was a big elaborate joke. Nothing more.
It's all a dream. It wasn't real. The real D&D time starts now.
It was nice to talk to Sid again. That was good.
It's been a long time.
It
See, I
wasn't.
remember it a lot.
Been a long time. Love that guy.
All right, so
I have never liked Sid. He was rude to me once.
you see, there's the real memories. Yevgeny, you make your way into the shop, and Bartholomew's not there, but Roger, the gnomish intern, is there, and he goes, "Oh, hi there, Yevgeny. It's been a long time. What can I get for you?"
Hey, hello. I just need to access
been a
the
while.
shop really quickly because I did not prepare for this. But one moment, please.
I mean, what kind of stuff are you looking for?
That's a good question.
I have no idea.
I don't think you can afford anything.
I might not be able to afford
Real
anything.
quick, give him a
Browse
type
really
5 while Matt selects.
I
Yeah, you don't have.
I
any
spent
money.
20 gold on Chester.
quick.
Yeah, Chester comes back.
How does
No, you
Chester's
spent
back, he
20 gold
lived?
to
Yeah,
free
Chester survived.
Oh, that's great.
The half poison damage was enough to kill.
Oh, Yevgeny,
because of how well you were.
you owe 400 now. You
What
owe
a great
400
adventure.
bucks.
Chester
glad
lived
for
by
old
1
Chester.
damage.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, we can figure out what you get after if you're thinking about it now.
Very well.
And because we're very behind, Pete started it. not me.
Indeed.
We're gonna be right back, guys. Stay tuned. We got another
Wasn't
adventure
that
coming
bad,
up.
right?
in
Stayed
just a
in time.
That was
minute.
good.